Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It's Friday night and I love football, and I think the great thing about football is that, and the great thing about United Stand is that I'm not happy about that. I've got to be honest, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. This is nothing to do with me. This is probably why I'm totally honest with you. I am late by a couple of minutes because I don't know what this video is editing suite is doing, but it will not let it be the normal colour I like, and I'm not happy about it. I don't like that. I like perfection. I'm not a Liverpool fan, I'm a Manchester United fan. I don't settle for second best. I've had to settle for second best with that white rubbish on my left hand side because it's either that or don't go live. But PSG star wants to sign for Manchester United. We've got a Gareth Bale little update and then Dunker as well. But I think the brilliance about fan content is the lack of arrogance with it. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about this player I'm about to mention, who's apparently a PSG star. I've even forgot his name. Meunier. Thomas Meunier plays for PSG. Apparently he's a PSG star who'd like to sign for Manchester United, even though they've just signed Dani Alves, who's nearly drawing his pension and is very close to needing a Zimmer frame, and he's going to get in the team ahead of Meunier, even though they've sold Aurier, and he's a 25-year-old right back who is a PSG star who'd quite like a move to Manchester United. I tell you what, Mr. Meunier, get lost. Don't even mention Manchester United line. There's the door. Walk out, get out, and never mention us again. Because I don't know anything about you, really. I've heard of you, but since when are you a PSG star, and since when would we want you? Forget it. You're a PSG player that they don't want anymore. You're Belgian. You're 25 years of age. Nobody even wants you. And stop mentioning Manchester United, you little cretin who's trying to get a move somewhere else. How very dare you? You are not a PSG star. Forget it. But what I do want to talk about is Den Donker, who actually, 22, also playing for a Belgian club at Anderlecht. 6'2.5", Mourinho will like that. Midfielder, scored against us in the Europa League last year, has been linked to us before, is mentioning us again. You can come. You are potentially one of the better midfielders in European football. You're very welcome. Meunier, self-professed PSG star, get on your bike and get pedalling. I don't want you. But Den Donker, again, linked with Manchester United, quite like him. And interestingly, another one, before I start taking some of your questions, Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale has been booed again by Real Madrid fans. Well, what a shock. They boo Ronaldo, the best player in the world. They boo Casillas, the best player, well, a Real Madrid legend, and come through their youth system, and they boo him. Gareth Bale's getting booed by Real Madrid. You know what I say to that? I don't really like Real Madrid fans. I don't really like the way they boo their legends and stuff like that. I think they're very petulant, child, spoilt little kids mentality. But I applaud you for booing Gareth Bale. You know why? Because Gareth Bale has been offered opportunities to come to Manchester United many a time, and he rejects it. I'm tired of Gareth Bale being linked to Manchester United. I don't want him at Manchester United. He's rejected us numerous times, and if he thinks that he can come to Manchester United because Real Madrid don't want him anymore, forget it. Forget it, Gareth Bale. Don't want you at Manchester United. And if you're being booed by... The story is Manchester United target Gareth Bale is being booed by Real Madrid fans, and this may well accelerate his move to Manchester United next summer. I tell you what, I'll put the brakes on it right now. I don't want him. I don't want him at Manchester United. If this story was this summer, that, you know, this is the summer for you to come to United, and you rejected it last summer, summer that, like September in the UK, summer's gone. Let's not pretend it's still here. And he rejected it. Why the hell would I want him at Manchester United? Why the hell would any United fan want Gareth Bale at Manchester United when effectively it's public knowledge that he's rejected us twice? Get lost. You know, enjoy your money, enjoy your trophies at Real Madrid, because actually your fan support at Real Madrid is hollower than an Easter egg, and they're hollow. Sharakari, take Bale, we want a new toy. De Gea maybe. Well, he's a Real Madrid fan. You can get on your bike. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the hell is going on with... Have we got lag again by any chance? lag tonight by any chance? I'm wondering, in my mind, I'm starting to wonder why I bother doing live content on the United Stand anymore. I would love to give a big shout out to YouTube and my local internet provider. You know, I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled. I haven't got inverted colours on. I'm going to take some of your questions now. Look, shoot me. I'm sure many would like to. I've been out tonight. I've had a few beers. But I promised you a video. It was meant to be off my phone. I got home to do it off this. And YouTube decided to mess up my live comments, which I absolutely hate. And I agree with everybody who hates it. I hate it as well. Apparently there's no lag. We just had 450 people watching and it dropped to 250. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that the press profess Meunier to be a PSG star. But there you go. Pogba out for a few games can be a blessing in disguise for United, says Gibran Khan. Other players like Herrera can now prove their worth like last season. Yeah, so Mourinho's comments for the Manchester United versus Everton game today were that, sorry, I have to sort of like enunciate and speak a little bit posher when I've had a few drinks because I'll lose it otherwise. So Mourinho said that Pogba's out for a few games, but he's got other players like Fellaini and Carrick and Herrera who are ready to go, and he's happy with that. I think Herrera's got to play. I think Everton worries me on Sunday. I'm going to say right now that Manchester United will win 2-0 because that's my heart talking, but my head says that's a draw, that Everton will turn up, that we won't be able to break them down, and we will draw that game. I hope that we'll win it, but I've got a bad feeling about it. But Pogba is out. I think Pogba's a massive loss for United. I think he is the archetypal midfielder, as I've called him many times. Athlete, beast, and all that jazz. But yes, he's very good. Mark's wasted, says Ayabullah. That's nothing to do with football. I had a good night. Yes, I did. Leaving do I had to go to later on after work drinks, but good. All good. Bale can stay in Spain. He's always injured. Don't want him at United, says Bob S. Bale is just 28, says Tubes. I don't want Bale. I'll take Griezmann over Bale. There we go. Can I be a mod, Mark? I couldn't. I tell you what, I couldn't make you a mod. If you're a cat at the moment, I wouldn't even know what button to press. Adam Blanche hasn't been negative. I wouldn't even know how to be negative if I wanted to be. I can't even remember what I've spoken about. Who else wants Mark to do the pheasant plucker rhyme? Got no chance. Meunier is nothing more than a bitch, says Beyond Curtain. No, not a bitch. A B-Tech. You can see why I said bitch. There's a gif in that. Meunier is nothing more than a B-Tech Twansebe. And he's 25. I've got to be totally honest with you. I don't profess to be in the know or anything like that jazz. I know that jazz. I don't know why I'm doing Chicago. I'm burning myself here. Don't even need to get put down by top reds. I'm doing it myself. Anyway, Meunier, I know I've heard of him, but not in the sense of being a top right. He's 25. Oh, just shut up and sit down and get out. I don't want to see you again, Meunier. PSG star, get stuffed. And all that jazz. Anyway, we'll smash Everton, Mark, says Adam Blanche. You've had 2 shouts out. What is a B-Tech, says Mr. Pineapple Hero. It's a rubbish qualification in the UK. Kieran Burns says very unprofessional. Couldn't give a toss. Bale would get you. You know what? I don't care, Kieran, because you know what? This isn't my job. I'm not full-time. We do the United Stand because we enjoy it, and on a Friday night sometimes I have a life. I go out for a drink after work. Boo-hoo if you don't. If you don't, well done. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink. But in all that, I'm going to do... Why? Of all the songs in the world, I love Oasis. And I been listening today to New Order and all that jazz. And I've got Chicago, which I bloody hate the film. I don't even like the song. And it's in my head. I don't even know where it's come from. Get out. Mark, we appreciate your dedication to the United Stand, but you need to spend some time with your wife, says Shvi Mello. She's watching. Can do the show, then drink later, says, oh, don't tell me how to do the United Stand. Please don't tell me how to do the United Stand. You make the United Stand, If I choose to go live, I'll do it. Don't tell me how to run it. Please don't. And all that jazz. Who would you realistically take from PSG? He said, oh, I'm losing it. All this jazz. Will May. Who would I take from PSG? There's only one player I'd take from PSG. Verratti. There you go. Everton to play like 2009 Barcelona on Sunday, says Alex Ferguson. I think they will. That's what I'm concerned about, Alex Ferguson. I think Everton will turn up for this game. They always do. Hi, Mark's wife, says Edwin Castro. I'm not in a good... We're not... Yeah. Young must start until Pogba comes back, says Kwesi Brown. I don't think Young's a replacement for Pogba, in fairness. I think Young's a right winger. I don't think he replaces Pogba, but I would play Young. Don't want... Oh, I can't... You need to make good comments. I don't want Mounier, or whatever his name is, from PSG. I can't even believe there is a... I can't believe... I tell you what, the Metro's done it. I can't believe the Metro have got the Jazz to say PSG star wants Manchester United move. PSG star. I will guarantee most people have never heard of Thomas Meunier in their bloody lives. A 25-year-old Belgian backup right back for PSG is suddenly a PSG star who would like a move to Manchester United. You know what it's like? It's like me, Mark Goldbridge, saying I'd like a move to Manchester United. We're probably about the same ability, but the Metro want to run on that and get stuffed. Dendoncker from Anderlecht is a better tagline, but they won't use it. And I think Dendoncker's potentially quite good. He's certainly the sort of player that Mourinho likes. Scored a good goal against us. Bale, I'm not interested in Bale anymore. You know, Perisic. I wanted Perisic at United. He signed a long-term contract. It's never going to happen, and I wouldn't want him next summer because he's too old at 29 for a winger. He had his chance. He didn't come. Forget it. Bale, to be honest, pretty much the same. I don't want to pay the money, your name that comes with it, with your long hair that actually, if I pulled aside parting, looks like a big bold spot. You're not cool. You're not Ronaldo. You're never going to be Ronaldo. You're never going to play for Manchester United. Sit down, shut up, and get booed by Real Madrid fans who don't appreciate anything, because actually we will move on and get somebody else. Thank you very much, Gareth Bale. That's all I've got to say on that. Theon Curtin's right. Everton always bottle it everywhere else, but as soon as they come to Old Trafford, they take on superhero powers. One word to describe Antonio Valencia, says Carlos Babalka. Well, it's brilliant when I've had a few drinks. One word to describe Antonio Valencia. Power. I like that. Apparently a very good series on Netflix, which I've got no interest in. Every team treats us like a cup final, says Indy United 99. Not sure they do anymore. United Fans Forever is going to the match on Sunday from Dublin. Been to all home games so far with the kids. Reckon we'll beat Everton 3-0. What you think? Long live the United Stand. I hope you are right. I really hope you are right. Even though 99% of United fans hate Fellaini, we can't deny that his contributions are extraordinary most of the time, says Sahil. He's going to let you down, folks. That's all I'm going to say. He'll let you down in a big game. Rashford can't cross for his life. We need to play young, says David MC. Reese says, do you think we actually have the handle of signing Griezmann in January? No, I've answered that question. Next. I've answered it so many times. Mooksa says, Mark, are you drunk today? No, not touched a drop. Kwesi Brown, Mark, Bale would get injured on the plane to Manchester United, so I will pass. Everton are a very tactical team, but we should definitely get 3 points, says Kian. He wouldn't be a world beater, but I'd take Mounier. Absolute brickhouse of a man, says Matthew McFadden. He's quite respected on the United stand. Matthew McFadden, not Mounier. Would love a clean sheet, says Dean Wadding. Versus Everton, and Lukaku double would be a perfect game situation. I liked what Mourinho said about Rooney, actually. He deserves lots of respect before the game and after the game, but absolutely none during the game. But classic Mourinho. David Willett says, farewell, United stand. The drinking is too much. Bye, David. Get your slippers on. Couple of hobnobs. Bit of the news. whatever. Who do United... You know, it's on my tagline for Twitter. If you don't like me for who I am, then I don't give it. I'm not bothered. Yeah, I don't profess to be a genius. I don't profess to have a really good live comments. It's white. It should be black. Diverse. But I am what I am. With all the faults that I have. I love Manchester United. I love football. I love the community we've got. If people don't like it, get on the bus and cause no fuss. Get a grip on yourself before the love's lost. Young needs to start against Everton, says Ayabalawa. And Kieran Byrne. Only that's not relevant to me because he says you need to get out more. What's the United stand got planned for the next couple of days? Said somebody. His name's not somebody. It's just gone past. I'm not myself. I've not got a grip of it. I'll be honest. But the reality is, if you don't know, Manchester United are playing Everton at 4 o'clock on Sunday. So we'll be live from 3 o'clock with the team news right the way through till full time. Then we'll do a match reaction. Then at 8 o'clock we've got Sunday Night Live. But tomorrow night at 8 o'clock we've got Saturday Night Live, where we basically react to whatever you want to talk to. It's unscripted. It's Q&A off the live comments. That will be live at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And I'll probably do a video in the day tomorrow at some point. Maybe apologising for the video tonight. I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? We've probably got unprecedented dislikes, and I'll never do this again. But you know, the reality is, I want to provide content for you. I do. I want to provide content for you, and that's what I'm trying to do. And if you don't like it, I won't do it anymore. But at least I try, with a very bad accent. Come on, give the man a break. He's not drunk, says Perkles. I'm backing him. Kieran back. I do play FIFA, Ryan Buckley. I try. I'd love Watford to beat Manchester. I tell you what, I'd bloody love Watford to beat Manchester City tomorrow. I would love it. I'd watch Match of the Day tomorrow night, but I think Manchester City will beat Watford tomorrow, and I think they'll probably beat them by about 4 goals to 1. I think they're going to start getting their goal difference up. I'd love Burnley to not let Liverpool win tomorrow. But I've got a funny feeling Match of the Day is not going to be watchable tomorrow night, because I think City will win at Watford, Liverpool will beat Burnley at home. To be honest, I don't mind Spurs. Ashley, come back with my colour TV and my CD collection of Bob Marley. I'm not allowed to mention Bob Marley actually, because I did previously say his music does nothing for me, and that upsets a lot of people, because I know a lot of people like Bob Marley. Well done. I don't do drugs, Mooksa. No, the drugs don't work. They just make you worse. I don't do that. Keep up the great vids. Best United channel ever, says Mark Goldbridge. No, Chris Holmes, Mashman said it. Who cares about drinking? The show is awesome, says David. Mark, this is better than Arsenal Fan TV and Chill, says EMH Gaming. I'll tell you what would be good. DT, Mark Goldbridge and all that. Jazz. Oh, I've done it again. I've done it again. I don't know why I'm singing about Chicago, which I can't stand Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't like her. I don't know why I'm doing Chicago musical. The best musical ever is Phantom of the Opera, if you like that sort of thing. I sort of do like Phantom of the Opera, but I don't like Chicago. I don't know why I keep doing all that jazz. Who from PSG wants the United move? Oh, don't even start me on that. Munier, the PSG star that doesn't exist. What did you drink, says Fraser Dunrun. It's a funny story, Fraser. I've been drinking Amstel, right? So in England at the moment, let me tell you a story. In England at the moment, Amstel is sold in all the good pubs. It's quite expensive. It's a real good lager in a lot of big popular pubs in England at the moment. The best thing about this Amstel, which you can pay £4.40 a pint for. This is a brilliant story. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna love it. Anyway, the best thing about Amstel Lager that you can pay a lot of money for in all the nice bars in England is, when I lived in Ireland, probably about 18 years ago, Amstel was the beer When you went down the local and you wanted some cheap lager like Skol, Amstel is the equivalent of Skol in Ireland. It is cheap as shit. And yet, in England, they'll charge you £4.40 a pint like it's premium lager. But in Ireland, when I lived there, it was the cheapest crap you could ever buy. And you'd get 8 cans for under €10 and get smashed on it. But in England, it's premium lager. Hilarious. No, really, it was cheap rate lager when I lived in Ireland. And now, it's like in all the... Oh, Amstel, great beer. I quite liked it as a cheap lager, so I drink it here. But it's not good. How many pints, mate? I had 7 pints of lager and a couple of Bell's whiskey and amaretti, which I've never had in my life, but my mate James said have one of those, so I did. Gibney's is a top spot, mate. Kieran Byrne. Oh, my heart's there, my mind's going to bed. I'm coming over next year. Barry Reid. I love the fact that people remember the Barry Reid conversation. They're like, you know, tell you what I would say is, in total honesty, you're not going to believe me because of the state I'm in, but the United Stand live comment community is the best. It's got the best banter, which means the best jokes. It's got the best knowledge, and it's got the best comments on YouTube. It's very good. It's very good. It's far better than me. Janelle, you can have a shout out. Dutch Gold. Oh, Fian, you've done it. I was going to mention Dutch Gold and I thought no one will get it. Amstel is Dutch Gold in Ireland if anyone's there. It was cheap as chips. Henry Skilling, that is sacrilegious. I would never ever smoke a joint. Forget it. We should do a meetup and Mark should get drunk before it, says Matthew. Well, invite me to Ireland and it's on. Forget it. Hezo says, "Can you do a watch along in Old Trafford?" I can't do an Old Trafford watch along. I do go to Old Trafford, but I don't ever publicise it anymore because I've had threats from Top Reds. So I don't agree in Top Reds for one, which is probably why I've had threats, and for two, I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of knowing I was going. Any chance of a Anyway, to be honest, there's no such thing as a Top Red because it doesn't matter where you live in Manchester. It doesn't matter where you live on the globe. Your support for Manchester United is as good as anybody's. I've always said that from day one doing the United Stand. I'd say it drunk, sober, or dead. John Smith wants to kill himself. Don't kill yourself, John. Life's a gift. Enjoy it. Bob S is enjoying the show from Canada. Do I have a season ticket, says Josh? Oh, I've got access to about... retract. I've got access to quite a lot of season tickets if I want to. Abdi says, Mark, do you think Martial will start against Everton? I think he's got no chance. And I would start him, though. I would start him. Who are Top Reds, says Mega999. Well, there's a few Top Reds who live in Manchester who think because they live in Manchester that makes them more of a Manchester United fan than people who don't live in Manchester, or some fans who go to games. Some fans who go to games. I know loads of Manchester United fans who go to games, and they are brilliant. But there are some fans who go to games, and there are some fans who live in Manchester who think they own the club. You don't. Look through the history of our club, going back as far as you want, and our best players aren't from Manchester. In fact, if the class of '92 didn't exist, there's not that many players from Manchester who even get in our top 10 of all time. Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham, Robson, Keane, Hughes. Well, I wouldn't put Hughes in there, actually. Edwards, Charlton, Best. The list goes on and on and on. And they're not from Manchester. We're a global club. And a Manchester United fan from Indonesia is as valuable as a Manchester United fan who lives just around the corner from Old Trafford. It doesn't make any difference. And to be honest with you, I embrace every Manchester United fan as being part of the United family. I don't understand people who don't. I don't actually understand people who think... I don't understand people who have the mentality that you can actually grade a Manchester United fan, how you can be a better fan than somebody else. I'd love to have a I'd love to do it. I'd love someone to phone in on Skype Goldbridge and tell me how it works that you're a better fan than somebody else, because it makes no sense. And you could make yourself look an absolute prick in front of millions, but millions. I'm over egging the pudding there. Probably a few thousand, but you still make yourself look a prick, because there is absolutely no way that anybody is a better football fan than anybody else. It just there is no qualification. It makes no sense. Corey JT probably just asked the most ridiculous question I've ever seen. Would you rather sign Mounier or lose 5-0 to Man City? Well, I'd rather sign Frank Lampard than lose 5-0 to City, to be honest. I'd rather shove glass up my arse than lose 5-0 to City. Fraser Darrow, nice try. Thoughts on Fellaini? Not in this mood. Nebulosa says 3-0 to United. What are your thoughts? I'd love it. I would love to beat them 3-0. I want to win on Sunday. My daughter's playing football tomorrow morning. I better go to bed. I've got to get up at 8 and take her to play football, which I love watching. I love watching her play. She's only 8. And I'm getting a United kit for Christmas birthday, October. But I don't care how United win on Sunday. I just hope they win. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I'll tell you what I'm going to say as well is for 11:20, mid-September, on a Friday night, I think 786 of you deserve a massive, massive pat on the back, because you make this channel what it is. I've messed up with the comments section. I don't know what YouTube's playing at again, making it white when it should be black, but we are diverse, and I've probably spoke a lot of gibbering crap. I'm aware of it, but I'm really glad I spent it with you, and we'll be back. We'll definitely be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow night with the Q&A, taking your questions. I won't be like this. I apologise. But we will be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and there may well be a video tomorrow. But for the love of God, just like the video, because I probably died on my arse on this. But I try. I promised the video. A lot of people asked for it. I'll always try, but I've got to be honest with you, I don't really know who this Thomas Mounier is. Does anybody? I certainly don't want him at United. I've heard of him, but he's shit. Let's be honest. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. I'm probably going to get in trouble as well. But thanks everybody. I'll speak to you tomorrow. The show, look, the United Stand is a great entity, and it is your entity. And the purpose of doing these videos is that I sometimes think we shouldn't do them. That everyone always says you should, because it actually is a big finger up to the fact that we're not a corporate run channel. We're not about playing for likes. We're actually just fans of Manchester United. We're an independent fan channel. You're all fans of United, and sometimes it does well to remind that we are just real. We're just real people. There is no qualifications, but you know what? Behind all the top reds, TV pundits, journalists, they're no more qualified than you are. In fact, we're probably more qualified than them. Not me, all of us, because we actually love our club. You know, we've got a degree in Manchester United because we love Manchester United, and our opinion is as good as anybody else's. That's why we do the United Stand. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you tomorrow. The weekend is here. I'm nervous about Everton, but I'm going to enjoy the weekend first, and I just hope that Burnley at Anfield, I don't think they can, or Watford at home to City, I don't think they can do us a bit of a favour and get stop them winning. But we'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all tomorrow. Such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. I'm not happy with that being white. I'm not happy with that being white at all. I don't even know. I've tried to make it black, but it won't work. It's rubbish. It's rubbish.